open the command prompt in the virtual machine, and I'll make it big, right? File, preferences. Always remember preferences in Mac and all whenever you want to change. For example, look at the screen that I created for him. So this is also done by going to terminal preferences. Everything what you want to change will be there in the preferences. And then just uncheck this one and then make sure that you are making it little bit big, right? And let us use bold and then click OK. After that, make sure that you have, let's use black and white so that it is it's very clear. I think this is very clear, right? That color, yellow background. Otherwise, I will make it as 000, which is black, 0 and 0, and then click OK, and then click close, right? And okay. So I have to make sure that the font is white. So here font. Green font. Okay, so he likes green. Okay, so colors and then text color. So you want green. Green is this is 0, this is 255. So I'll change that value to 255 and click OK. So you got this screen on the virtual machine. The first thing is creating the data. Okay, so let me create a directory in Hadoop, but before that, let's create a file. Okay, so as I mentioned to you, I'm going to go to the Passion Bytes directory. Did you create anything? Nothing is there, right? Again, yesterday's class, repeat. What I'm going to do is mkdir. I'm going to create a reference library. Okay, a reference library. Let me do it to think differently from yesterday. Okay, I'm going to create MapReduce lib directory. If you look at the video that I sent, this is what I did for the last batch. So MapReduce lib, instead of reference, I'm calling it as MapReduce lib. Just a different way of doing it, right? And I'm going to go to that MapReduce lib, and then we are going to execute our command find /user/lib minus iname. We are going to search for star.jar and then execute the command, which is cp, and then put a colon and then put it into this directory and then put a semicolon, right? Lib user/lib. So see again that it is immediately giving me that error message. So you do it, and now you will see the power of Mac. It is now running, and it is executing all this particular search in the /user/lib, and it is copying everything into dot followed by a semicolon, right? So you can open another command prompt if you want to, and then go to cd mapreduce lib to make sure that everything is going on. So if I do an ls, yes, there is the files that are getting copied. So you can see that it is running. While it is running, yesterday I mentioned to you, open the browser and go to forourson.com/passion and download the distribution.zip. So we will go there, forourson.com. Always remember, this is the template. So any program you want to start, you just take this, and from there you clone it or copy it and then do it. So let's do the distribution.zip. So if you go a little bit up, you will see that distribution.zip. Where is it? Control F. Oh, sorry. Distribution.zip. Where is it? Yeah, distribution.zip. So I'm just clicking it and save the file, and by default it will go to the downloads folder. So just close this particular browser, we don't need it anymore. So we close this, and already the copy is completed. And as I mentioned to you, I am opening another command prompt on the right hand side. This particular command prompt is for me to find out, and yesterday we got 1460. So ls minus al and then wz minus l. If you run 1460, which means that we have copied everything exactly. This is what we have learned yesterday, right? And now clear the screen, cd, coming to the homework, and then we are going to move the distribution.folder from downloads to here. How will you do that? mv/distribution mv/download, downloads/distribution, dot zip to here. Okay, I moved it and then unzip the distribution dot zip and then clear and move the name of the distribution to passion bytes, which contains your all data, right? And now cd passion bytes, and inside the passion bytes, you know that you have got all the concept one and all. I am going to create a copy of concept one by typing cp minus r recursive concepts one to a directory called work. So I created a directory called work. So work is my golden copy. Do not again create a copy from concept one. Always copy from work. Why? Because inside the work, we are having our build.xml and we are going to customize that build.xml for your system. So if you take the copy from concept one always, it will have that particular old XML file. Every time you'll have to change it. And here in the file set directory, as I mentioned to you yesterday, we are going to write the path of the directory that we have just created, which is /home/cloudera/MapReduce lib. In yesterday's class, I used the word reference. So MapReduce lib is the directory that we have created. MapReduce lib, spelling mistake. If there is any spelling mistake, it will give you the class not found. When you get the message class not found, that means there is some error. So home/cloudera/MapReduce lib, that contains the reference to all the jar files, and we already created it. Now, okay, sorry. What we are going to do, now the work is complete. ls, I told you to delete all these unnecessary classes. rm minus rf classes, I don't need attic, I don't need test and temp, so I can just put t star, and I don't want dist. And if I look at this, now I have got these files. I don't want the GPO access also. Okay, so I have got only the bare minimum to start any code. Now this window I am going to use for editing the code or compiling the code. This window I will use for writing the code. So cd passion bytes and cd work, which is my directory. Now I am in my directory. Cd source ls and cd com ls. Now let's start playing here. I don't want that Ravi because that program is written by, let's say, Bhaskar. This is Bhaskar system. So I am going to move that Ravi to Bhaskar. I am going to change the package name. So now my program name will be com.bhaskar.wordcount, not com.ravi. That's the concept of package. After that, I am going to go to Bhaskar. And remember, when you change the package name, you have to change the first line of your wordcount.java because that first line contains the package name which is existing as com.ravi. Since you changed it to Bhaskar, I am going to delete these unnecessary files called cat.java and the gpo access.java, which we don't need. These are all coming from some of the batches where I was doing some experiments. iWordCount.java. So vi wordcount.java. You look at that first line. That is mistake. What will happen if you keep that line and if you compile? Class not found. Why? You will mention com.bhaskar.wordcount, but compiler knows only com.ravi.wordcount. So make sure whatever changes in the directory that you are making, you are changing that here. So I am going to write exactly what I wrote there, com.bhaskar. Again, spelling mistakes and everything that you have to take care. ER? What did I write? I wrote ER, so ER is what I'm going to do. Is it real name is AR or ER? Yeah. So we'll use the real name, right? So cd dot dot, what I need to do? Move Bhaskar to BHASKAR, right? And now I changed it, right? CD Bhaskar AR now, CD SRC LS VI wordcount.java com.bhaskar. And that I have to change now. It is not E anymore, it is A. So you changed that particular code, and as I told you, no need to touch word count driver, mapper, reducer, and finally the driver will be there. First let us start from the driver. I told you to comment one line or delete one line, this job set reduce number task. Don't forget to delete, otherwise you will get unnecessary results if you are not deleting it. Okay, so make sure that you are deleting when you are compiling. And I am going to write here as we are finding the population program. So I am going to find out, okay, this is a census or population demo. So population demo, I changed the name of the code. Is there anything else I need to change into the particular program? Yes. There is one which is telling me that if enough parameters are not given, it will just give me a help. But today we are writing the population count program. So word count we will change and we will call it as population count. It's a good practice in Java to start a class with capital letters. And if there are multiple words in your class name, each letter of the each first character should be a capital letter. It is not a rule, but that is a normal practice. If you look at any Java class, you will see that the initial letter is capital, and if there are multiple words in that particular class name, each initial letter of each word will be capital. Okay, so population count is the name of the program. So I changed the name of the program. So what is the name of the program that I have now? I have now wordcount.java, and to make sure that it is readable and it is nice, I am going to change this particular program as population count. Now there is a big problem. Escape Shift Z. My name of the program is still wordcount.java, but I changed the class name as population count. So what I need to do? Move wordcount.java to populationcount.java. Remember? So now everything is synchronized. This is called agile way of doing the programs. For example, you make a change, you come here, you test it like that, like that. Okay, let's just test it whether it is running. I know it is word count, the logic and everything is word count, but is there any compilation problem? How will I know whether there is a compilation problem or not? Just to go to work and just to do an AND to make sure I am getting build.successful. My program is not complete. I'm just checking. Okay, build is failed. There is a problem. Set by class wordcount.class. Look at that. It is clearly telling me. This is the beauty of Java. It will clearly tell you what exactly is the problem in plain English. No need of any Java knowledge needed. So it is telling you cannot find the symbol. Of course. Why? Because I changed the name of the program. So go there and then type vi populationcount.java, and wherever in the main program, your driver program, where that particular error came in, okay, you just change it. See, this is a place where the error came in wordcount.class. The wordcount.class is not available. So I am going to change it accordingly to populationcount.class and save it, and then come here and clear, and then I should get build.successful so that I can be confident that so far I am okay. Now I am coming to this particular program, and before going to the program, I am going to the home directory. I am going to create a file. Vi population.txt is the file. Remember, population.java is not having any relation with population.txt. This is my input file. And in the population.txt, I am going to write here, okay, all that I want, okay, Florida, okay, and I am going to write here county 1, and the population is 10 million, okay, Florida, and then county 2, the population is 8 million, and then let us take Atlanta, where the county 1 of Atlanta is having 20 million, and Atlanta, there is a county 2, which is let's say 7 million, and let us add one more which is New York, okay, and make sure that county 1 in New York is 25 million, and New York and in the data there is an error. Instead of this lowercase, somebody has written New York, and then county 2 is containing, let's say, 30 million. So this is my data. What I want to get the result is that Florida should be 18, and Atlanta should be 27, and New York without any problem should be 55. This is the output that I want. And what is going to help you? Next token. And remember the quality of the data. This is where data quality and data lineage is coming in. Assume that you by mistake write new space York. No, it will not work. Why? Because then it will become 4 columns. So you have to make sure that your data is consistent, and the data is making sure that the data is having enough quality. Some people will do a check whether all the rows are having 3 columns or not. These are called pre-processing works in big data. That is normal programs that you will be doing. Okay. So you got all these things, and then the data is there, population.txt. I'm going to create a directory in Hadoop now, Hadoop fs-mkdir, and today is 22, so I'm going to call it as September 22. And then I'm going to put this particular file, Hadoop fs minus put population.txt into the September 22 directory. So we have got the input file in HDFS completed. Now I am going to go to my directory where my code is there, cd work and cd src and ls, and I have got cd com, cd bhaskar, and we have got vi population.count. We are ready to write the code. You go into the first part, which is the mapper. And inside the mapper, I am going to do a small trick. I am going to tell that, okay, string tokenizer is value dot to string. I am going to write here to uppercase. That means it will handle my problem of RK in capital, somewhere RK in lowercase, irrespective of whatever I am getting, I am converting it into uppercase. So that problem is resolved. What is trim? Trim is a function in string which is removing white space characters either on the left hand side or right hand side, exactly same as your trim method in your Oracle PLSQL SQL world, right? Okay, now comes the logic. While tokenizer has more tokens, string s equal to, let me don't call it as string s equal to because I know my data. The first field is the state name. So I am going to call it as tokenizer dot next token dot to uppercase dot trim is the first token. Now the next token is going to be, I'm just taking this and I'm taking a copy. I am coming to the next line and I am going to write here the next line which is paste here. And I am going to write here, this is county name, and I am not interested in that particular county name. After the county name, I have got my population, so I am going to do this particular thing, the population, which is again, I am going to paste this, right click, paste, and I am going to write here this as my population. So I will call it as population. And please look, anything that you are reading through string tokenizer, you are getting a string. And you cannot add strings. You know that, mathematics. You need to convert that into integer. Then when I wrote 1, did I convert it into an integer? Yes. If you look at the top of the file, you will see I have declared one variable, if you have observed it. New int writable 1. That is what is converting that word 1 when you write into an integer value. Okay, so what I am going to do, that int writable 1 I don't need. What I need to write is this population value converted into integer against each state name. So tell me what I should write here. Context.write, don't write word. I don't need any, there is no variable called word anymore. I am going to write here word.set is state name, and then I should write the word, which means that now I have set the key as the state name. And instead of 1, what I need to write? I need to convert that population to an integer and then convert that integer into int writable. So, beautiful line in Java. Int writable, just now you have seen that particular one, it is in the pod, in the top, and this particular string I have to convert it into an integer. How will I convert it in Java? Integer dot parse int. In bracket, I am going to write the value of population, which is an integer value. So the brackets should match. Now you are reading the value and instead of 1, you are putting that number. And is there any change in the reducer? No. Why? What reducer is doing? Each sum is equal to 0 and whatever value is coming, it is adding. So no change in the reducer. But instead of adding 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 like word count, now I am adding the population. So if you come down, there are no changes at all inside the reducer and I am leaving as it is. If you are changing the program that I gave you yesterday and if you have practiced, remember in the last example I just wrote sum equal to value dot get. You have to put that plus symbol, don't forget that. All are done, and I am going to escape, and I am going to come here, and let me check whether my code is complete or not. There is a problem. Look, somewhere you used variable s, but you deleted that variable. That is what Java is telling. Okay, let's go. Where is it? System.out.println. Oh, this system.out.println and all, we don't need it. We can just delete it because that's not part of your code. I will show you what is there. So I am deleting this system.error.println dd, and then inside the mapper also there is some system.out.println which I am using for this particular word dd, and then go up here, and I am going to delete inside the mapper class system.println this also. I don't need that. And now come out and come here, and then again do an and you should get build successful. I got build successful. My Hadoop.jar. Hey, I don't want this my Hadoop.jar. I want Bhaskar.jar because I'm Bhaskar, right? So vi build.xml. Sorry, in the build.xml there is a place in the jar. I told you everything, whatever you are writing, that is to be getting created. So I changed that my Hadoop.jar to Bhaskar.jar. And in that Bhaskar.jar, whenever I am running the code, I will be now using Bhaskar.jar. So the jar file name is Bhaskar.jar. Okay, escape shift Z. And now I am going to write clear. Okay, but I have to delete that particular dist directory because dist directory already contains my Hadoop.jar. cd dist ls. Remember I compiled it. rm minus rf my Hadoop.jar, and I deleted it, and then I am going back and I am going to write and. So when I write and, it is creating, oh, Bhaskar.jar is created now. So you got Bhaskar.jar, and now you know what to do. Go to your dist directory, and inside the dist directory, I am going to run my Hadoop program. Hadoop jar, my Hadoop.jar, my Hadoop. My Bhaskar.jar now, right? No, there is no my Hadoop.jar, and my program name is com.bhaskar.populationCount because that's what I did. And my input directory is September 22. And I'm going to create my output directory as September 22 OURT. Remember the name, I made a spelling mistake. Not a problem. September 22 OURT is the output directory. The map is running. Why? Because I got compilation correct. Only now whatever can happen is if my logic is wrong when I am reading the tokens and all. That I can correct by going back to by looking at the result. So now the program is complete. What I need to do? Hadoop fs minus cat September 22 OURT, that was what I have mentioned there, and then part dash r dash 1 2 3 4 5, and I'm doing the cat of this particular one, right? And we got 27, 18 and 55. Of course Atlanta came first. Why? Because you know that the pipe will sort the outputs clearly. So you got that. Now I want to take it back to my local system because it is all in Hadoop, and I want Tableau or somebody to read that and create a report. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this particular file into local, and you already know what is the command. Hadoop fs minus copy to local, and I'm going to copy that particular file September 22 OURT slash part dash r part dash r dash 1 2 3 4 5 to this particular dot. Remember, I am in the dist directory. Copy to local. And now if I do ls, you know that the part cell is created. I don't want to call it as part. I'm going to move that particular file name as population dot CSV. I created that file, population.csv. And now to make sure that it is all clear, I am going to write here on the top, this is nothing but the state name, and the next value is the population. And I am going to put a comma to make it sure that it is a CSV file because I called it as a CSV file. Don't worry about the space, just CSV file. So now I created a CSV file which is there, and it's called as population.csv. Now, to show you the power of analytics, what you can do is that just to search for the word row density, some very smart guys have created machine learning friendly graphs called row graphs, and it will work on your browser. So I am selecting that row graphs, and I'm going to go to that. Okay, I think there is some problem with this one. So this population.csv, let me move into local. Okay, how can I move it to local? For now, what I'm going to do is I'm just copying it. Okay, I'm going to right click here and then copy, and then I'm going to come to my Mac. Okay, just local system. Why? Because Mozilla is not working for that what is that graph. So I'm going to create in the Bhaskar's local mkdir results. Okay, this is in the local file system, cd results, and then vi population.csv. I'm just creating the exact file that we have just now, and then I'm going to do a paste. This is the advantage of making bidirectional in your virtual machine settings when you installed it. I copied from the virtual machine and I pasted here, so that I got the population.csv in Bhaskar's home directory. Now in Safari, I am going to open the raw graphs or raw density graphs and press enter, and you got the raw graphs home. Okay, amazing tool which completely works on browser. No data is sent outside. Click on use it now, and you will see some examples, and you can just select try our samples. For example, movie samples. If you take, click on the movie samples, and you will see that automatically the data is loaded, and you can see amazing graphs which can be automatically created by one click of a button. Now what I am going to do, upload a file, and I am going to select a particular file which is already created in Bhaskar. So I am going to go to that particular folder, and I am going to select Bhaskar, and population.csv should be there somewhere. Where is the population.csv? Is it in VM's directory? No. pwd. In the results directory. So inside the now I have got results and population.csv I created. I have got only 3 rows. Okay, let me create a nice beautiful graph. Let's call it as an alluvial diagram, and then I am going to give the state name as my field here and population here, and then let us look. Okay, it needs one more dimension, so that graph is not suitable. Let's use let's say this particular box graph, whether let's see whether it will work or not. If there is state and if there is drag number, I got Atlanta is medium populated, and New York is very highly populated because it is 55, and Florida is the minimum population. So you created a graph also. This is end-to-end life of a big data engineer. This is what a big data person will do. Tomorrow you can go to the job if you know this very well. That's it. Okay. You are getting the data. You create or massage the data. You manipulate the data with your MapReduce. You get the result. You visualize the result. And that visualized result can now download. You just change into a PNG and you click on the download. You already have this particular data which can be sent as an email. Just integrate this particular program with a normal email program and then send it. That's all. So let us do that very quickly. So I'm stopping the recording, right?